can see this, this is an example of, make it a little bigger, of a tape. Now it's a small asset tape that I got from an asset manager that's selling off assets. Remember, I said most people go through life thinking things are a zero sums game. Someone has to lose in order for somebody to win. And the reason why that analogy, it doesn't work, at least for me, because at the end of the day, you don't know what motivates that person to win, or you don't know what that person considers to be losing. See, most people, especially in the online space world, they want to give their own facade of this is how you win and this is how you lose. And that is why, going back to what I originally said in terms of investing in real estate, most people don't even know what they want. Like they just they don't even know what they want. And so they have looked at someone's highlight reel in terms of what they see on the internet, and that's their the goal of what they're working on. So once again, this is an example of a tape that I got from an asset manager. Now, one may say, "Oh, Lorelia, that's why you may be a proponent of the bill being passed because you benefit from hedge funds." I mean, at the end of the day, it goes back to what I said. Life is not a zero sums game. That bill gets passed. How does that help those who really do need the housing? Now, like I said, I have not read the bill. I don't know, what the bill proposes. Like, okay, we're gonna make hedge funds sell off, inventory for a 10-year period. But now, how does that help? Like I said, the couple that is living in a car, or living in a shelter, or living in a hotel. How does that help the single mom who has a family? How does that help the dad who has a family? A lot of people may say, "Oh, well, Aurelia, that's just mean," but I don't know. Maybe call it age. I'm from a generation where you had to do for self. You had to do for self, not someone's going to do for you. So this is an example of, as you can see on my screen, some assets that were sent to me that are for sale. Now, the ones that are in the gray are assets that I'm not interested in. Whether it's don't like the property, don't like the terms, they just don't fit my investment portfolio, because at the end of the day, I know what works for me. I know what works for me. The ones that are in white are maybes. And so I have did videos like this before where I have said that when it comes to buying assets from a hedge fund, a bank, or what have you, they send you a tape. And this is an example of a tape. So they give you an idea of the borrower, addresses, whether it's in bankruptcy, about to be, or what have you. They give you a BPO. They give you the unpaid balance, estimated payoff. Now, even though they are the interest rates or whatever, but the scope of this tape is very limited, because even the ones that I have in white, there is some additional information that I need. So, but at the end of the day, and this is the part where most people don't really deep dive into what makes them tick. And when I say what makes them tick, because that's really an arbitrary term, is what's your number? Like what are you really working towards to for you to say I'm winning? Because most people don't even know what winning is. that once again, they're looking at the highlight reel of somebody online. And maybe it's because, I'm, I don't, I don't really dance to the beat of a lot of stuff online. Maybe it's because I'm 50. When I got active onto the internet, I was in my 40s. So I don't look at the internet like a lot of the 20-year-olds, even the 30-year-olds. Like, I never got into this to be no influencer. Like, you know, I see the internet as a place where there's information that you can learn from, and then there's also information where you can share to others and that they can benefit from if they see fit. That's it. But going back to what I said, most people don't even know what makes them tick. They have a desire to invest in real estate. They have a desire to be able to leverage funding, but they don't know what that looks like. And so for me, and this is an exercise that I take myself through, even me, is an exercise that I take clients through. What's your number? Like, it goes back to, and this is in any area of real estate. I know my personality type. I know what I like, what I don't like. And this is what I like. I like spreadsheets. I like numbers. I like calculations, and I like cash flow. And real estate notes allow me to have that advantage because I don't want to manage people, don't want to manage properties, but I do like what real estate notes can provide, and they can provide cash flow. And cash flow for me, that is passive, that I'm not actively involved in. I don't have tenants. I don't have to manage the homeowner. I don't have to deal with leaky toilets. I don't have to deal with busted pipes. I don't have to deal with inclement weather and I don't even have to deal with the property. I'm the lien holder. And up here is where I showed you is that different borrowers are paying banks, hedge funds, entities like me a payment every month to live in their home. They don't know that it's me, this Black woman. All they know is that they are making a payment to an entity. And a lot of times that money is collected by a servicer. So I am nowhere in the picture. No one knows who I am. But that works for me. So going back to what you see on the screen is, what's my financial freedom number to invest in real estate notes? Like that's my, and I just threw these numbers out here to make it easy math. And so the 60K that's how much passive income you or myself, like I said, I put easy numbers to give an illustration of what I would want to earn passively from my real estate investments. Most people don't even know that. They're looking at their favorite influencer, their favorite expert, or whatever, and they're looking at what that person is doing. And I'm not here to say, it's the right thing, is the wrong thing, whatever floats your boat, by all means, you go ahead and do it. But that's why I said, whether that bill gets passed or not, life is not a zero-sum game. The hedge fund don't have to lose in order for me to win. Because one may say, well, Lorelia, if the hedge funds have to sell off everything, well, who will you buy from? There's a bunch of other entities. There's other real estate note sellers. There's banks. There's other asset managers. Yes, there are hedge funds too. And my thing is this: if that bill does get passed, hey, I'm in the number. This allows me to still take part in my freedom number. So that is what you see here. I know my freedom number. I don't need social media to tell me what's my freedom number. I don't need to be an influencer to know what's my freedom number. That's why I said, you know what, I'm probably cut a little different because I'm already 50. So I'm not in this for likes, shares. I'm in this for knowing what my freedom number is. How much passive income from real estate mortgage notes do you want to receive? We have our yearly number, but then how much do we want from from each month? What, once again, easy numbers, $5,000. I just throw that because that's what most people say when it comes to passive residual income. It's either 5 or 10 or whatever. $5,000. Now that's from the gross side. Now you see over here where it says net. Well, the net is what I'm going to pay the servicer. Every servicing company is different, but from a servicer, if the notes, if I take them from non-performing to performing, I pay roughly about $20 a month. So when you subtract out percent fees, I come out netting 4,000. Remember, I am the owner of the financial instrument, which is the note. I'm not paying real estate taxes. I'm not paying insurance on the property. That's what the homeowner does. For those individuals who are homeowners or investors, you pay the taxes. The bank don't pay your taxes. I mean, of course, if things are not performing, they need to protect their investment. Yes, but normally, I'm not paying no insurance. I'm not managing no people. I'm not managing no property. I don't have to have a reserve for maintenance. So the only thing that I need to manage is my servicing costs. Then what is my minimum real estate mortgage payment that I want to receive? So as you can see, if I go up here, and like I said, this is an easy illustration. I have not gone into if these notes are performing, what I have to do, but let's look at the ones that I highlighted in white. If I was to purchase this note, this has a P&I payment of $449. That is what I will receive from the homeowner. This other one is $1,010. And this bottom one right here is zero. The reason why it's zero is because that homeowner had a reverse mortgage. So if you understand what reverse mortgages are, they are for senior citizens who are homeowners, whereas it's been marketed as you are cash poor but house rich. So what happens is mortgage companies created this product where they gave elderly senior citizen homeowners equity, the amount of equity that was in their home. They gave them a mortgage which gave them a sum of money. So of course there's no interest rate because they're not paying on that loan. I'm not going to go all into reverse mortgages, but just to, just so for illustration purposes, that particular asset is not a regular mortgage, is a reverse mortgage. So there's no payment there. But just with the two that I just mentioned, that's roughly, where am I at? Yeah, $1,400. I said that on a monthly basis, I want at least 5,000. I'm already $1,400 there. What is my minimum mortgage payment? I want to at least be receiving at least $350 per month from each mortgage note. I think I've already hit that. 316, okay, it's not at 350, but that's fine. It's in the 300s. Oh, no. I'm looking at the wrong thing. 449. So once again, 449, this escrow payment that has to do with the taxes and everything. So 449 goes to me. $1,010 goes to me. I've met that mark of I want to at least minimally get $350. I met that with 2 loans. And now how many notes do I need to purchase each month to reach my goal. I need to at least purchase 14. That is why I am actively reaching out to asset managers, hedge funds, banks, or what have you, to be able to meet my goal, to see what's on their books, to see what they want to sell, because I want to reach my goal of 14. As long as I am doing this and I am meeting my financial goals, I don't care what a hedge fund is doing. So I say all that to say, I don't care what a hedge fund is doing, because once again, I realize that success, financial success, is up to you. Nothing is a zero sums game. I don't need someone to lose in order to win, because I know my numbers. If that is what I do, I invest in real estate notes because that's the asset class that I want to invest in. This video, we're not talking about leveraging, so I'm not going to go into that. But I know that each month I have a goal to buy 14 assets that are passively going to give me income. Me caring about the new bill that is being passed, once again, I'm not waiting on the government. So pretty much this video was not, or podcast, depending on how you're listening to this, is not a stab at, those who are affected by housing and those who could possibly benefit, but is to give you an idea of, regardless of what's coming up the pipeline, have goals for your life. Have goals for your life. No one should be sitting on the sidelines waiting for bills to get passed or not passed just for them to win. Know what your numbers are. And the sad thing about the online space is no one wants to do that portion of the work. Why? Because it's easy to just look at someone's highlight reel and someone tell you that all you need is American Express credit card, and that is what's going to take you to financial freedom. But you have never, have never worked out the numbers. Never worked out the numbers. So that's really all that I have for this. At the end of the day, I leave you with this. Only you know what works for you. Most people don't. And I can't stress this enough. Don't be that person who sits at, on the sidelines waiting for, opportunities to come. Create your own opportunities. Know what it is that you want. Create a plan. Because I know most of that stuff that I talked about, that spreadsheet, that's the boring stuff. No one wants to do that. But create a plan that is going to get you there. And just work the plan every day. That stuff sounds boring. It sounds corny. But that's how you get to results. Because at the end of the day, and this is what's sad about social media, no one knows what makes you tick. That's why when I did the video a few months ago, when I talked about all business funded strategies work, the reason why they all work, because at the end of the day, is what you are in alignment with. It's what you are in alignment with. The same way when it comes to financial success. That's why I don't get into the conversation of what real estate class is better than the other. You just have to know what you want. There are some classes of real estate, they are very active. And for that person or individual or people, they like investing in that type of